Saving your sessions in Pro Tools is probably one of the most used features that you'll ever use in this program. Saving everything that you do from recording a file to down to one precious edit that you have is always worth saving. All of the save functions are located under the File menu. And Command S, you should do every time that you remember it or think of it. Saving your session will help you in a power outage, or if there's a brownout or something that should happen to your session, computers crash, you never know. But you should always save your session as much as possible. For those of us who are always in the workflow of things and never remember to save things all the time, you can enable an autosave function. If you go to your Setup menu, down to Preferences, and click on Preferences, and go to Operation. Down towards the bottom of that page, you're going to see an auto backup. Currently, I have mine enabled. I recommend that you always keep 99 of the most recent backups and choose your backup increments carefully. I would select something lower than 5 minutes, maybe every 2 minutes or 1 minute, depending on how fast you work, and then say OK. So that means that you're going to end up with a session folder of all of your saved backups. In that session folder, the most recent backup is always the highest number. So if your computer crashes and you need to get to that backup folder, always search out for the highest number backup. Underneath the Save function is Save As. And Save As works like a Word document. So if you have a Word document, you have where it is, and you want to make some changes to it and save it as something else, this is what this is for. So if I want to change this to an edit and make it today's date, that's what Save As will do. So this creates an additional session file within your session folder. It will not create additional audio copies, only an additional session file renamed with all of the changes after you've made this command or function. Next one down is called Save Copy In. And Save Copy In is probably important for archiving or saving your session for somebody who has a previous version of Pro Tools. So if you're working with someone who has Pro Tools versions 7 through 9, they won't be able to open up this session as a version 10 or 11 file. So you have to actually go in and change this to Pro Tools 7 through 9. They'll lose some of the capabilities that you have with a latter version of Pro Tools, but you will be able to get the audio and the session file to them. You can also use this for archiving features where it will copy all of the audio files. This is very important. If you do a Save Copy In and you don't check off all of the audio files will not accompany that copy of the session. Once you say OK, it's always going to put the word copy of before the current session name. And it's going to ask you where you want to save it. You always want to make sure that you save it to a drive that you're archiving to, so you always have it as a backup copy.